Okay, you guys, this is a new comedian for me, for the channel. I honestly do not remember if he was specifically recommended to me, if this video was specifically recommended to me, or if it was just something that was on my recommended list on YouTube, or that showed up on the YouTube recommended place or whatever. But what caught my eye, whether this was something one of you guys suggested or if it was just something I saw in passing, well, not necessarily caught my eye, but what intrigues me about this is the title. This guy's name, I'm going to screw it up, but I'm just going to pronounce it how it looks to me. Veer Das. I don't know. I've never heard of him before. I don't think I have anyway. But the title of this is Jokes for Woke and Offended People. Okay, so I'm automatically interested because honestly, anybody who pokes fun at the woke crowd and the perpetually offended crowd, I'm interested to hear what they're going to say. I saw in the description of this video, because this is his channel, he said something like he was at a show in Canada, and it got a little uncomfortable and he almost lost the crowd, or he thought he was going to lose the crowd, which made it super fun or something like that. I'm totally paraphrasing, but it was something along those lines. It's not very long. I don't have a huge amount of time before I have to go watch the anime with my son. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into this. It's about 4 minutes long. So let's see how this goes.
And Bollywood star's first comedy special was filmed in New York and New Delhi, but curiously, not in any of New York's delis. Please welcome Veer Das.
Veer Das. Okay, I was close. Maybe? Oh
boy. Okay, Namaste Montreal. We feeling good, yeah? My name is Veer Das. I am from Mumbai in India. Do you guys know India? Yes? It's where all the Canadians come from. I should clarify. I'm not of Indian origin. I'm not an immigrant. I'm actually just from India. You know, all the local Indians that you meet over here, I'm the reason they left. It's good to be here in the West. I apologize, but that's what we call you in India, the West. To us, this continent is, how do I put this? Americans and Canadians to us are kind of like Indians and Pakistanis.
Okay.
You know. Keep your panties on, relax, wait. You're very similar people with very different life expectancies.
Okay. Really? Is there that big of a difference?
But there are subtle differences. For instance, Americans have basketball, you have basketball. Americans have beer, you have beer. And yet, when I was crossing the border into Canada, no cages. Not one cage.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I realize that joke is dark and uncomfortable, but in my defense, so are the cages. I mean, Montreal might be the most comfortable immigration experience I've ever had. There was no paperwork, no questions. The guy just gave me a kiss on my cheek. He was like...
Okay. Did he really?
That's it. He was just like, welcome home. I was like, but I'm just visiting. He's like, that is what they all say. I apologize. Is that accent offensive? The thing is, I don't know. I live in India. We don't know. Getting offended is something privileged people do. And we just got privileged last week. It's very exciting.
You know what? It is. No, this is already almost over. It is. I've mentioned this before, that it seems to me like all of this, a lot of the people who are so offended about every little thing under the sun, it seems to come from first world type countries, people that have life very easy, actually. And it's like I've said this before in another video. I don't know if the video is actually public or if it got blocked or what, but I have said this before in at least one other video. But it's like they have life so good, they have to invent crisis. They have to invent something to get annoyed about. And that kind of ties in with what he was saying. Privileged in the sense that we have life really good. Most of the complaints that people throw out there and get all mad about, and whatever, they are really non-issues as far as I'm concerned. We, collectively speaking, in general terms, we would not know how to handle true hardship. I don't think. I think we're too soft. I think our society's way too soft. And so we cry about everything. It's really annoying after a while. Anyway, especially when a bunch of people jump on bandwagons about stuff. And when you look at facts and statistics and the reality of certain things, and you see that a lot of the complaints and the things that they stir up a lot of anger in people about, it's not really, their arguments or their narrative is not really rooted in actual reality. It's like it's hyperbole. It's like they just dramatize something, and I'm not finding the right words, probably because I'm freaking tired. It's What's the word I'm thinking of? Like, how tabloids, they create all this sensationalism and everything, and then when you read more into it, it's like that sort of thing. Whatever. If that makes any sense at all. It probably doesn't, because I'm so sleepy. I shouldn't be doing. I say this and I do it all the time. It's 1:00 in the morning. I should not be sitting here trying to have, deep discussions about stuff like this. Anyway, okay. I'm going to go back a little bit. Almost done.
And we just got privilege last week. It's very exciting. Now, in the West, you've had privilege for years. You've taking offense to another level. Like, Americans can get offended on other people's behalf.
Right.
It's a very American thing. I'm offended for you.
Right.
What you went through is so stressful. I'm going to take the day off. But you're very proactive. You're all about justice. You see something wrong on the streets, you take your phone out and you film it.
Yeah. Instead of do something.
What you're doing, sir, is wrong. You're going to go viral. There are going to be consequences. Every time an American films a hate crime, in the background you can see an Indian just walking to work. I didn't see anything. I don't have my green card yet. But in the West, you're very, what's the word? Woke. That's a word I learned, woke. That's the reason I travel, to learn new words. Okay. It's not to expand my audience. I'm Indian. My audience is expanding as we speak right now. I asked a college kid, I'm like, what does it mean to be woke? She was like, to be woke means to realize, to recognize, to organize, and then to vocalize.
Oh, gosh.
That describes everything from a book club to a Nazi rally, all right? I want to be one of these comedians who can write woke jokes for woke people. I've tried. Do you want to hear them, yeah?
Oh, no.
Knock, knock. Well, if you need to hear the sound of somebody's voice before you let them into your apartment, what does that say about your elitist privilege? Huh?
Yeah, he's got, oh, shoot.
Don't over.
Oh, crap. Let me go back. Well, he's got it down pretty pat, I do believe. And with regard to some of the political stuff he touched on, as far as the border, you can actually sort of debate a little bit with the point that he's trying to make. But for the most part, he's pretty well spot on when it comes to the way the woke and the perpetually offended act. And I like that he is kind of, poking fun at them. He certainly, so he says he almost lost the audience. I mean, you could hear some rumblings of, like, because he went into that territory that's a little uncomfortable. Well, he's talking to people about themselves, basically, because he's in a place where a lot of these people, the type of people he's talking about, Canada, the US, they act exactly like, not all of us, obviously, but they act exactly like what he's talking about. But at the same time, who knows how many of those types are in the crowd, but obviously enough to where there were murmurs. But at least they were able to laugh at themselves. So that was good because he's not wrong. So this guy's pretty funny. I think I will check out more of his other videos on his channel. Like I said, my first experience with him, and it was short, it was sweet, it was over so much. I don't know, I was a little surprised when I paused it and it was over as soon as it was. Yeah, this video didn't last very long at all. But yeah, if any of you guys are familiar with him and you know a specific bit to recommend, let me know. But in the meantime, I'll just keep an eye on his channel and maybe see if there's something else he's got that grabs my interest. So, okay, well, I don't have anything else. It's super late, so I'm going to wrap this up for tonight and see you guys later.